All right, my name's Liz and I'm an alcoholic. Please join me in the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. All right, I'd like to remind everybody that this meeting is being live streamed tonight. So if there's ever a time that you guys can't make it down here, go on fredbrown.org and you can see our speakers live, or you can actually look at our past speakers in our library. Who is it their first time here tonight? Awesome, welcome. You guys are the most important people in the room. Welcome to the Tuesday night alumni speaker meeting. Let's go around the room and introduce ourselves, starting on my right. Jasmine. Sam. Angel. Randy. Danny. Rob. JP. Jesse. Brandon. Christopher. Nancy. One of you two.
Anthony, alcoholic and addict.
Anthony.
Oscar, recovering addict.
Oscar. Brett. Shantae. Fernando. Glenn.
Albert, recovering alcoholic.
Albert.
Gilbert, chronic relapse.
Gilbert. Derek. Josh. I'm sorry? Ruben.
Enrique, alcoholic addict.
Oops, hang tight, Enrique. Let's go back to Mr. Baker. Baker. Sean. Oscar. Maria. Roxy. Michael. Jonathan. Robert. George.
Enrique, alcoholic addict.
Enrique. Christian. Eddie. Penny. Adrian. Felipe. Will. Jeremy. Chris. Louise.
Red, alcoholic addict.
Red.
Nathaniel, alcoholic addict.
Nathaniel. Antonio. David.
Lionel, addict.
Lionel.
George, addict.
Dylan, addict.
Dylan.
Rudy, addict.
Rudy.
And Liz, I'm still an alcoholic. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. All right, so today we're doing AA, so let me read the AA preamble. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of people who share their experience, strength, and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement from AA membership is a desire to stop drinking. There's no dues or fees for AA membership. We're self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organization, or institution. Does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. We kindly ask for your cooperation in making this a good experience for all who wish to hear the message. Please respect the speakers and the readers by not talking during the readings or while people are up at the podium sharing. During the break, feel free to help yourself to coffee, water, loads of cupcakes, and there's still a bunch of pizza. We've asked Randy to come on up and read a portion of chapter 3.
My name is Randy and I'm an addict. Most of us have been unwilling to admit we are real alcoholics. No person likes to think he is bodily and mentally different from his fellows. Therefore, it is not surprising that our drinking careers have been characterized by countless vain attempts to prove we could drink like other people. The idea that someday he will control and enjoy his drinking is the great obsession of every abnormal drinker. The persistence of this illusion is astonishing. Many pursue it into the gates of insanity or death. We learned that we had to fully concede to our innermost selves that we were alcoholics. This is the first step in recovery. The delusion that we are like other people, or presently maybe, has to be smashed. We alcoholics are men and women who have lost the ability to control our drinking. We know that no real alcoholic ever recovers control. All of us felt at times that we were regaining control, but such intervals, usually brief, were inevitably followed by still less control, which led in time to pitiful and incomprehensible demoralization. We are convinced to a man that alcoholics of our type are in the grip of a progressive illness. Over any considerable period, we get worse, never better. We are like men who have lost their legs. They never grow new ones. Neither does there appear to be any kind of treatment which will make alcoholics of our kind like other men. We have tried every imaginable remedy. In some instances, there has been brief recovery, followed always by a still worse relapse. Physicians who are familiar with alcoholism agree there is no such thing in making a normal drinker out of an alcoholic. Science may one day accomplish this, but it hasn't done so yet. Despite all we can say, many who are real alcoholics are not going to believe that they are in that class. By every form of self-deception and experimentation, they will try to prove themselves exceptions to the rule. Therefore, non-alcoholic. If anyone who is showing inability to control his drinking can do the right about face and drink like a gentleman, our hats are off to him. Heaven knows we have tried hard enough and long enough to drink like other people. Here's some of the methods we have tried. Drinking beer only, limiting the number of drinks, never drinking alone, never drinking in the morning, drinking only at home, never having it in the house, never drinking during business hours, drinking only at parties, switching from scotch to brandy, drinking only natural wines, agreeing to resign if ever drunk on the job, not taking a trip, swearing off forever with and without a solemn oath, taking more physical exercise, reading inspirational books, going to health forums and sanitariums, accepting voluntary commitments to silence. We could increase the list ad infinitum.
Thanks, Randy. And we've asked Chris to come on up and read a portion of chapter 5.
My name is Chris. I'm an addict. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to this simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. They are such unfortunates. They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those too who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. Our stories disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now. If you have decided you want what we have and are willing to go to any length to get it, then you are ready to take certain steps. At some of these we balked, though we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil until we let go absolutely. Remember that we deal with alcohol, cunning, baffling, powerful. Without help, it is too much for us. But there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Half measures availed us nothing. We stood at the turning point. We asked his protection and care with complete abandon. Here are the steps we took, which are suggested as a program of recovery. 1, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3, made a decision to turn our will and our life over to the care of God as we understood him. 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7, humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. 8, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9. Made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10. Continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will and the power to carry that out. 12. Having had a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. Many of us exclaimed, "What an order! I can't go through with it." Do not be discouraged. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. We are not saints. The point is that we are willing to grow along spiritual lines. The principles we have set down are guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of the alcoholic, the chapter to the agnostic, and our personal adventure before and after make clear 3 pertinent ideas. 1, that we were alcoholic and could not manage our own lives. 2, that probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism. And 3, God could and would if He were sought.
All right. Thanks, Chris. While we observe the 7th tradition, which states that every AA group ought to be self-supporting, declining all contributions, Sean's going to pass the basket, and Jante, come on up and read the 12 traditions, please.
Liz, I gave him the wrong one. That's my bad. I gave him the 7.
Oh,
Yeah, it's in the book.
go ahead, Jante. You can do the long form. 7. We haven't heard it
Hey, what am I reading?
in a while.
Whatever's in your hand.
Thanks, Jante.
What?
You're good, Jonte.
What?
You're good. Read that one.
Read this?
Yeah.
Okay. John Tay Addict. AA's 7th tradition. Every AA group ought to be fully self-supporting, declining outside contributions. The long form of the 7th tradition states the AA group themselves ought to be fully supported by the voluntary contributions of their own members. We think that each group should soon achieve this ideal, that any public solicitation of funds using the name of Alcoholics Anonymous is highly dangerous, whether by groups, clubs, hospitals, or other outside agencies. That acceptance of large gifts from any source or of contributions carrying any obligation, whatever, is unwise. Then too, we view with much concern those AA treasuries which continue beyond prudent reserves to accumulate funds for no stated AA purpose. Experience has often warned us that nothing can so surely destroy our spiritual heritage as feudal disputes over property, money, and authority.
Thanks, Jante. All right, so the format for this meeting is we're going to have our 10-minute speaker, then we'll take a 10-minute break, then followed by our main speaker, and then it's obviously birthday night, which is why we have pizza. And then if we have time for sharing, we'll do that. So my privilege to introduce Rudy from 19th Street. Come on up. Give us 10.
Damn.
Be kind.
Wow. Well, Rudy, addict. So I wasn't prepared for this as well. I wasn't prepared for this program, man. I'm court ordered. At first I got here and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do what I have to do to tell the judge or show the judge what he wanted, you know? But as I've been here going on 3 months already, I've learned a lot, man. I learned that I'm way better than what I was, you know? Yes. Being more patient. Those that know me in my house, they see my attitude when I pulled up, man. I'm putting my pride, I'm putting my ego, I'm putting everything I was brought up into this world with, you know? And I'm learning a whole lot and I really like it, man. So, I don't know if I can do these 10 minutes, man, but, you know, like I said, I wasn't prepared for this, man. And just give yourself a shot, man. You know, don't worry about what the next man thinks, you know? Just be yourself, and yeah, this shit's harder than To me, this is hard right now, you know? I'm very at peace with myself, man. You know, my whole life I've been in jail, man. I gave in the system probably 15 years of my life. I'm 32, man. I've been through every system, every juvenile hall, prison multiple times, man. And I'm just putting my all into myself now, like I did for when I was going through what I wanted to be, you know? And I'm willingly, I'm open-minded, I'm remaining teachable, man, and I just want the best for me because I know what I'm capable of, you know? And, yeah. I don't even know what to tell you guys, man. I really don't, man. I'm at peace, man. I ain't got no fucking worries, excuse my French, man. And I haven't lived like this in a long ass fucking time, guys. I really ain't got no worries, man. I got a cool ass house. I got cool ass people, man, that I can clown, talk the shit, you know? I'm living different, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I ain't never had this experience of life, man, and it's beautiful, man. I'm out of words because I'm just a baby learning, man. I'm learning every day I'm here, man. I don't know. I can't keep going with this.
What's the greatest thing you've
I'm
learned
out of
about
words,
your-
man.
What is the greatest thing you've learned about your triggers of addiction?
I don't know, Miss Nancy. I really don't know, man. I just know I don't want to go back to that lifestyle. It killed all my feelings. It turned me into something I didn't like, you know?
That's right.
I hurt a lot of people in the process, and I'm happy I'm here. I don't want to go back to none of that lifestyle. I really don't. There's nothing there for me besides death or the rest of my life in prison. You know, and like I said, I'm at peace, man, and I ain't never had this before, you know? And I know my kids are good wherever they're at, you know, so right now I'm just working on myself, and I accomplished a couple of things while in prison. I attained my high school diploma. Now I'm just here trying to, I don't know, ask for help. I heard of DOR. I'm trying to get there, go to college, get a degree, and I don't know,
Beautiful.
whatever life offers me now, you know, but the right way with discipline, I guess, guidance, and proper help. And I'm just learning, man, and give yourself that shot, man. That's all I got to say, man. My name is Rudy, man.
I love it. Love it.
Good work, Betty.
Yeah, I still think you have about 8 minutes, but it's all right. I can fill in the blank.
We get next Tuesday.
I think like the coolest thing about even your simple share was you could tell it came from the heart, and you've changed. I've seen you change, like, you know, coming here, and I see you once a week, and it's really cool to see that whole butterfly coming out and getting ready to fly. And I love that you're like wanting to go into education. And a lot of people, like, with your time under your belt would think like, you know, they get the fuck it, why should I do this? Because I already have this and my life's gonna be this way. And, you know, I hope that, you know, you probably never envisioned yourself standing up here and sharing at an AA meeting and inspiring others, and that's what you did. So know that when you leave here, that you've left an impression on someone in this room. And that's one of the things that I bet you didn't think. You probably, in your past life, left a lot of fear, left a lot of unhappiness, you know, all of that. And, you know, starting with your family and then working through all those strangers that you've been in contact with. And now it's like, you're 32, and I love it because it's like, you can start your best life if you choose to do that. If you want to sit in your shit and keep hitting repeat, that's on you, right? Like the program here we offer, it's a great program. It's free. I paid like 60 grand for my 40 days of rehab. Well, my insurance did. But when I went into rehab, I didn't know that I needed it. I wasn't willing to admit I was an alcoholic at the time. And now doing the work that my rehab did, which was private, very similar to the program that you guys do here, writing your autobiographies. I think the thing that I missed out was doing the letters, but I was able to take care of that with my amends. So, and like the most important thing for me is my living amends. Like I really try to be a better person every day. And sometimes I fuck that way up. And then I have to like stop and pause, and I have, I look at my character opportunities. You'll never hear me say defects, because I don't believe that we're defective, because if we were, we wouldn't be able to change, and we can change. There's that. It's not a death sentence unless you choose that way of life. And hopefully with you guys sitting here willingly, like, there's no locks on our doors. We're not chaining your asses here. You're free to go, right? But if you decide to walk out, A, you're gonna miss the magic that happens here, or B, whatever consequences you put yourself in that position, you're gonna have to face. So, when you said give yourself a shot, that's how I think. It's like, why not? Like, what else do you have looking forward to? More misery, more time, more anything. And it may be good for a second, but that high doesn't last as long as the lows do.
Right.
So kind of just keep that in mind. But thank you for sharing, and enjoy your 10-minute break, guys. Eat pizza.
Thank you, Rudy.
I didn't even know what to say, bro. I can talk about bullshit all day, but this is good. Like, I'm just at peace, you know?
You talk so much shit at the house, man.
Thank you.
Good shit, Rudy.
Shit one day. You know? I told you you like 205 now. I seen that cupcake.
I'm about to take me a whole package.
Oh, he's saying Joe Clone now, huh? You got so much food you gotta have in the cabinets now. Heard you gotta do all the cleaning up by yourself.
I'm doing what Joe would have did. I'm doing this for Joe. The whole day? Shit. Go, Joe. I'm doing this show. What's wrong with you? Hey, you remember the last one, man? I ate all of it. The whole thing? Remember? It was on the seat. No. What's up, Mike? Hey, better grab on that by the time you get.
Something wrong with you.
This is our plan. You're one of us. We singing now. I'm made of love. And this is our message to you. Yeah, you know, yeah, interrupting every meeting, woofing, and get up here like, I don't know. Rudy up here like, I should have went by walking by. Walking by Rudy like. He got up here froze up. He froze up, man. Let's go behind him. I should have got behind him while he was up here like. Hey, you know how somebody doing an interview with all me, somebody like, hey. Oh, somebody in the back. Yeah, I went for, that was the game. Yeah, you know, before that. I feel like I see you play extra defense, so then you so pull it back, like, so pull it behind, like.
All right, let's start the second half of the meeting with the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. All right, so tonight we have our alumni speaker, Georgie. Come on up and take the mic. Let's give him a round of applause.
It takes me a minute to get up here. How you doing, fellas? My name is George. I'm an addict, and I thank God for Narcotics Anonymous, man. I'm a member of Narcotics Anonymous. I've been one since I graduated from fucking Fred Brown's, bro, in 2005. That's a man, bro. It took a lot of changes when I first got here, bro. This is a beautiful program, bro. It's a beautiful fellowship, man. I mean, think about it, man. When was the last time we went to the crack house? I had pizza for you, bro. And coffee and Takis, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're in the best place you can be, bro. There's a lot of learning here, man. We had a program. You know, I got here, thank you for your share, bro. That shit was fucking very deep. It took a lot of courage to get up here and share some of your story with us, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if first time in recovery, bro, just think of it this way. You just got popped.
Yeah.
Fred Brown popped your ass, bro. Welcome to Narcotics Anonymous, man. There's a lot of learning in this program, man. What's up, Scott? I know a lot of fools here, man. So Oscar, fucking Philo. You know what I'm saying? This is the beauty of Narcotics Anonymous, man. You know what I mean? People like us, man. See that very person right next to you, bro? Is that very person got put in your life to help you get another day clean, bro. You know, Fred Brown's is like an introduction to the fellowship. You know what I mean? The beauty of this program, man, is that you make your own choice, man. This is a God-given program. You know, being a member here, you know, I know this is not a religious program, but there sure is a lot of God in it, man. You gotta believe that somebody prayed your ass in here, bro. You gotta, I've been losing my breath, bro, because I started smoking. So if you smoke, stop, bro, because that shit'll fuck you up. Anyway, so thank God for Narcotics Anonymous, man. Thank God for the honor I get to get invited to come and share with you guys, man, how this shit works, man. You know what I mean? All those classes, you remember we had a guy here named Al, and I love that dude, man, because he was like straight out, tell you straight out where you're falling short at, man. You know, instead of like sugar coating shit for you, he'll tell you, shut the fuck up, little bitch. That's the way he spoke to us, man. You know, God put these people in my life, man, to guide me through life, man, to show me how to do things, man. I came in here, I didn't want to be here, man. What the fuck? Let me tell you a little about my story. So, 21 years ago, man, I was in the county jail. I was fighting life, third striker, man. And I had two homeboys in there fighting life. Not the same case, our own cases, but they were in the county jail fighting the same amount of time, right? So my homeboy, Little Bullet, came back, and he got 80 to life, bro. He's still locked up in there, man. He's still doing his time. My little homeboy, Tony, came back, and he beat his case. So he got released into the streets, man. You know what I mean? The same day, you know what I mean? They let him out to Lennox, back to Lennox, you know. And then I was still fighting my case, and I beat my case. And you know, I'm thinking, you know, all that praying I was doing in the county jail, praying to God, please, God, let me get me out of this one. You know, man, I promise this time, again. You know what I'm saying? So I beat my case, and the motherfucking lawyer, man, that fucking person got put in my life, man, to help save my life, bro. He told the judge, you know, Judge, I think Mr. Mazariegos, that's my last name, bro. I don't think he's ready for the streets, man. I think he should send him to a treatment program. You know what I mean? I'm always thinking in my mind, fuck you, motherfucker, man. Oh, fuck, man, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But the judge heard him, bro. You know what I mean? And he took his side. And he goes, yeah, we're going to hold him in the county jail because we're gonna send him to a treatment facility, right? So they kept me in the county jail till the guys from a place out in Lincoln Heights came pick me up, man. And that fool, you know how we do it, like get a brand new pack of cigarettes, you start packing that shit, and you run the lighter through it to make it look cool, you know what I mean? And I seen that fool doing that, man. And you know, the very minute I stepped out of the county jail was 9/13/05. That's my clean date. You know what I'm saying? And I had a choice to go to Lennox or to fucking go with this dude. You know what I'm saying? But I had to choose, you know, the bus is just down the street right there, bro. And that fool's packing a cigarette, man. I should look good, man. So my mouth started getting no watery shit. and I go, I told him, hey, can I have a cigarette? He goes, yeah, you want a cigarette, bro? And he pulled one out like this, and he goes, get in the car. Saying, damn, dude, I sold out for a cigarette, bro. So I ended up in this treatment facility. I never been there. It's my first time being in recovery, bro. You know what I mean? So I got to that treatment facility, and I'm over here like, get out the car, man. And I'm strolling that motherfucker like I'm strolling the yard and shit, man. I let a motherfucker 3 feet tall, Huffilo. That motherfucker sat me down and he goes, you know what you need to do, bro? I said, what? He said, you need to sit down, you need to shut the fuck up, and you need to listen, bro. And I said, motherfucker, don't you know who I am, man? You know, I've been in a level 6 yard, bro. You don't talk to me like that. I did time with El Chapo, motherfucker, you know what I mean? And he looked at me and goes, nobody gives a fuck. We just care about what you want to do about your program. You know what I'm saying? And damn, that motherfucker in my mind, I'm thinking, I'll stick this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that at the moment, man, but that was a very dude that helped save my life, man. Helped me open my mind to new things, you know what I mean? This is a new way of life, bro. You know what I mean? We learn how to do things, you know what I mean? Like when I was a first brown baby, I was in recovery, man. You know, the guys from outside used to like invite me to go fishing. You know, I'm a Nella's baby, bro. If you're familiar with Nella's, bro, that's baby prison, dog. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to fucking fish, bro. I didn't know how to have fun, go to a baseball game. I know that. So they guys convinced me to go with them that weekend to go fishing, right? And we're out in the middle of the fucking Manhattan Beach, I think it was, or Huntington, somewhere over there. And I got my first fish, bro. Like, dude, everybody's all happy for me. Good job, bro. You got a fish there. High-fiving me, shit, man. I put my fish in, man, and I posed for a picture, right? Back in those times, they had the fucking cameras you gotta take in to get developed and shit. So a couple days later, they came with my picture, bro. It was a picture like this, and you know, I was so proud of myself, man. My first fish ever, and I took it to this one place to get it blown up, and I got it put in a frame, right? And I hung it up in my room. You know, I was so proud of it, man. Even though my fish only 2 inches big, bro. But it was my first fish ever, bro. Welcome to a new way of life, bro. This shit does work, man. I mean, look around, bro. Look at the person right next to you. That person's just as fucked up as you are. Welcome home. Just like I said, Narcotics Anonymous is a God-given program, you know what I mean, for people like us, man. So we can learn how to do new things, man. You know what I mean? And also fucking proud of myself, happy and shit, you know what I mean? Jumping up and down and shit. He goes, hey, you look happy, bro. Where you going on your pass this weekend? I told him, I'm going to the happiest place on earth, bro. Like, oh, really, bro? Have a good time in Disneyland. I look at Disneyland. Motherfucker, I'm talking about the swap meet, bro. I'm going to go buy me some good socks for myself, man. I was so happy, man. Welcome to you got put here for a reason, man. So I didn't finish telling you. So my homeboy that got released into the streets, he fucking 2 months later, I get the news that he OD'd and died, bro. He fucking slammed and he died. You know what I mean? And I'm still in treatment. You know what I mean? You guys teaching me, showing me how to go to meetings and stuff, man. And you know, the first thing I heard when I got to that treatment place, they said, you know, there's girls there, man. Like, oh, damn. I'm thinking, I've been locked up for 18 months fighting my case, bro. So first thing in my mind is girls with pretty feet, you know what I mean? And big, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking as soon as I walked in, I looked around and said, damn, all these women here should be having my baby, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how it was, you know what I mean? And see that program where I was in, it was a co-ed, right? So I found the love of my life, bro. I met the love of my life, man. We were loving each other so much, riding each other kites and shit, man. You know what I mean? And everything was going swell, bro. People like us don't get caught, you know, according to me. You know what I'm saying? Next thing I know, we're walking down the street holding hands, talking about, I love you, honey. I'll take care of you for the rest of your life. He goes, yeah. She goes, okay. She called her mom. Mom came and picked her up. She was gone, bro. I never seen her in my life again. You know? But it's a learning experience, bro. You know what I mean? Don't beat yourself up because you're going through treatment, bro, and you're still thinking funny. You know what I mean? Because that shit will never go away. See, the difference is when we get busy working the steps and see those principles behind the step, we start learning how to apply these principles into your life, man. I guarantee you, by experience, life is gonna look in a whole different perspective, man. This is a place where you can learn how to be a father, how to be a mother to your kids, man. How to be a son to your mother, man. You know, unfortunately, my mother never got to see me clean. She passed away when I was still in prison. You know what I'm saying? My dad passed away when I was still in there. But the thing is, because I stuck around, man, people that loved me enough, man. I had a counselor when I was at Fairbrowns, man, and she called me on my shit. You know what I'm saying? Staff at Fairbrowns called me on my shit all the time. You know what I mean? So we got kicked out of that place in Lincoln Heights, and I went to another place in Long Beach, right? And I was there for like a couple months. It was like probably like 60 days, and I got kicked out because that dude, they had something else going on in that place, right? So I didn't stay there. But see, by that time, the judge in Lenox, in Inglewood actually, she already knew me. She knew about my case, you know, I may just be like, and she goes, don't worry about nothing. I'll take care of you, just sit right there, right? So I sat down, and she goes, you know, I judge, bro. Public defender, no, she wasn't a pro bono kind of person, and the DA, the very lady that was trying to put me away, bro. You know what I mean? So the judge called him to the back. He goes, they had a little discussion, I guess. The judge, bro, came back out, and she called me out front. Come here, Miss Masuriegos. And I said, yes, where you staying at tonight? He goes, well, I don't know, probably. You know, one thing I learned from the first treatment I was in, I heard that I don't have to pick up no matter what, man. And I heard about people, places, and things at that moment. Because we're fresh, it's not recommended that you go back to the neighborhood and try to hang out and thinking everything's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit's still contagious, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I was sleeping on bus benches, you know what I mean? Whatever it took, no matter what, I fucking hung on to my clean time, bro. I got a clean date in my life today, and I hold on to that motherfucker no matter what, man. You know what I mean? No matter what, I hold on to it. No matter what kind of pain, no matter what kind of losses I go through, man, I stay clean no matter what, man. That's the kind of attitude we need around here, man, if we want to be successful. You know, if you still have your mother, man, treasure that lady, bro. Because that lady's the one that prayed you in here. You know what I mean? And the only thing she wants to see is see you get clean and to feel proud of her son. You know what I mean? That is still around and still clean, and he's found a new way of life, man. You know, thank God for these rooms, man. Thank God for Narcotics Anonymous, man. You know, you hear what you need to hear. You know what I mean? Just like I said, I didn't want to be here when I got here, man. You know what I mean? I'm just going to do my time and get out. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I started going to meetings, those meetings, and, you know, I kept hearing all this. Oh, this is a program of attraction. You know, just like I was telling you about, thinking about all these women, dude, like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? But the first thing that attracted me to Narcotics Anonymous, bro, was another bald-head motherfucker with tattoos on his head. You know what I mean? Not like that. Not like the, I already know what you're thinking, bro. You know what I'm saying? But this dude, man, he was talking about being a father to his kids, man. He was talking about being present for his family, man. That's what this beautiful fellowship is all about, man. Teaching you how to be a new man. Teaching you a new way of life. Teaching you how to do things differently, man. Understand that your life ain't worth a fucking... There's no relapse in my story, bro. I got clean in 2005, and I've been clean ever since, bro. Because I kept hearing of people that love me enough to come in these rooms and tell me how this fucking disease works, man. You know what I'm saying? I thank God for Narcotics Anonymous, man. I can't say it enough, man. Every time, you know, right now, I got sciatica. You know what that is? Well, if you don't, it's some type of pain. I can't hear from this ear, man. So in order for my ear to my brain to make up noise coming in, it keeps a buzzing sound all day long and non-stop, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got neuropathy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be here, man. I want to be home just chilling, man, watching TV, dog. But see, I got to do this kind of stuff, man, to get another clean day, man. This is the stuff I got to do. Get out of myself and let you know that this program does work, man. You know what I mean? Thank God that you got to make it a treatment. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, one of my homeboys doing life, the other one died, and I got the chance to go to fucking treatment and learn some stuff. And just like I said, it took that little short dude to tell me to sit down, shut the fuck up and listen, man, for me to start listening to stuff, man. Because these people know what they're talking, people that have been around, especially for a while, you know what I mean? They come in here, they love you enough to let you know that there's a better way of life, bro. You know what I'm saying? You start being present for your family, man. Your kids look up to you, man. You know, anything you do in life, man, those kids, they want to be just like you, bro. They see you out there getting drunk and stupid. All of a sudden, you won't be Superman thinking you can fight everybody. You know what I mean? And they want to be just like that, bro. Thank God for Narcotics. I can't say it enough, bro. I stay grateful. You know, one of the things I learned how to do in this fellowship, man, is hold on to my fucking clean date, man. You know what I mean? See, the beauty of being in Fred Brown's, man, is that you have a choice. You have your own choice. You get introduced to the fellowships, and it's your choice what you want to do, bro. Whether you want to do NA, you want to do AA, you want to do fucking A, you know, it's all welcome, bro. I mean, they just show you that this shit takes determination, bro. Takes heart. Takes a lot of... Yeah. I don't want to say it. I don't want to sound too disrespectful. You know what I mean? But tie your motherfucking nuts, bro. You're in the right place to learn some shit, man. You know, be blessed that you got to make it into especially Fred Brown's, man. You know what I mean? I mean, to me, it took what it took for me to learn, bro. You know what I mean? It took, just like I said, when I first got to treatment, I was still thinking, man. Don't think I got almost 20 years, man, in September, right? But I still think funny, bro. You know what I mean? But see, the beauty of it is that I worked the steps. I follow simple suggestions, man. I got out there and I got a sponsor. And I started working the steps. I started applying those principles and steps into my life, man. And I got a better chance, man. This is a counting and baffling disease that all it wants to do is take you out, bro. You know what I'm saying? It wants to kill you. You don't give a fuck where you been. You don't give a fuck how much time you done, man. You're like, I did time with El Chapo. Just like that little short dude said, we don't give a fuck. I mean, welcome to a new way of life, bro. You know, we learn how to do things the right way. We learn how to respect people. We learn how to love another addict enough, you know what I mean, to come and let them know that this program does work, bro. You know what I mean? This fellowship is so beautiful, man. Even you ugly motherfuckers look pretty up there. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Ain't no fucking color barriers, man. All that fucking misinformation we got going up, man. Because you didn't look like me, you didn't talk like me. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have nothing. Shut the fuck up with that shit, bro. These other people God has put in your life, man, to help you through. Rudy just finished sharing about that, man. How much you guys love each other at the home, at the treatment center, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you're pulling each other up on shit. But what that's doing is opening your eyes to bigger things, opening your mind to bigger things, opening your heart for bigger things, man. That's what this program's all about, man. Learning how to make that change in your life, bro. And understand in your heart that you are worth it, man. I mean, think about it, man. It's like I finished telling you about my story, man. I got this fucking homeboy that's dead, homeboy doing life in prison. He's still in there, you know what I mean? And you got the chance to be in a program like Fred Brown, bro. Think about that, bro. You know what I mean? Let that sink in for a minute, man. You are worth it, man. You are worth it. Somebody's prayers were answered for you. You know, once you start going to meetings, bro, you're gonna see that there's a moment of silence for the addict that still suffers. After the meeting, there's another moment of silence for the addict that still suffers. The fucking moment fucking works, man. Think about it, man. You know what I'm saying? It took what it took for you to get here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got a lot of shit. I got a lot to say, bro, but sometimes you get clogged, because I'm a fucking... One thing I wanted to let you know, bro, is that we, as addicts, we start dividing ourselves, you know what I mean? When somebody gets up here and shares, you know, if I tell you I'm a dolphin, bro, I slam that shit. Automatically, don't say no, because this is what happens, bro. Automatically, you exclude yourself from being part of me. Right? That's what we do, bro. You get up here, you start talking about being a crackhead, and they shut you up because you do meth, bro. You know what I mean? You do meth, and they shut you up because you're a fucking alcoholic, bro. You know what I mean? I'm here to tell you, addiction is an addiction, bro.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Even if you fucking do TikTok, bro, that's a fucking addiction. Right? You know, anything that takes your mind from focusing on what you need to do for the day, bro, it's in a fucking addiction, bro. You don't fucking, just a little example, bro. You on TikTok, but you gotta go to work, and you waiting till the last minute, you're fucking addicted, bro. That's an addiction, dog. You know what I'm saying? Addiction comes in many forms. Every fucking once you get clean for a minute, bro, this addiction is gonna start attacking you in your weakest, according to you, your wicked. What do you put it? Thought you were doing gangsters on me, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is, hey, take a good look. Take a good look. I only got 5 minutes. Homeboy said he's gonna give me some extra duty and shit. Let this sink in, bro. This is what you do. Love the person right next to you, to no matter what, help them stay clean, bro. If you need some help pulling up somewhere, even don't be a fucking... I love motherfuckers that call me on my shit, bro, when I was falling short. You know what I'm saying? I was, you know, there's a lot of stuff that you guys don't hear about. But I didn't do trying to get away with it, you know what I mean? I did it because I didn't know any better. I didn't know how to start applying principles into life yet. You know, this is not an overnight thing, bro. You know what I mean? If this was an overnight thing, you know, like, all of us would be recovered by now. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you do, you know, I like talking about dreams, because there's a lot of guys that barely get clean. They still got those dreams of getting loaded. You know what I mean? Dreams don't come true, bro. If dreams came true, I'd be married to Selma Hayek, bro. And she would have like five of my babies, bro. You know what I'm saying? That would be a bomb. but it's not, you know. Reality is that you got the chance not too many other people got, bro. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage, you know, enjoy it, bro, and do some learning. Get an open mind, you know, get an open mind, open heart to start making changes in your life, because this is what it's all about, bro. Making changes in your life, bro. You know what I mean? Again, you know what I mean? You're in the right place, bro. I know I keep saying you know what I mean, but because I know you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Thank God for Narcotics Anonymous. You're in the right place, bro. Just like somebody told me before, all you gotta learn how to do is sit down, shut the fuck up, and listen, bro. Open your mind, open your heart, man, and start learning how to love people, man. And start learning how to do things differently, man. And one thing, always be you. Be honest with yourself, man. As long as you learn how to love yourself and be honest with yourself, man, you're able to love somebody else and be honest with somebody else, man. You know what I mean? Somebody prayed you in here, and I strongly believe that. You know what I mean? That's how I wish my mother could have seen me clean. But see, you guys told me about some things called living amends, bro. You know what I mean? Even though she can't see me, I hold on to my clean day to honor her prayers for me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the right place. You're in the right place. And I'm gonna go smoke this cigarette. So thank God for Narcotics Anonymous, man. It's like almost said, give yourself a chance, man. Give yourself a chance because you are worth it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're not in prison for life. You're not dead in the fucking alley, man. You're here with an open mind, hopefully, so you can learn something new, a new way of life, man. It's like, you know, so my name is George Amenat. Thank you.
What's up, guys? My name's Red. I'm an alcoholic addict. I'm also your chip chick at this meeting. Beautiful box. Here at Fred Run Recovery Services, we'd like to celebrate various lengths of sobriety, starting with the most important person in the room, the newcomer. With anyone with 29 days or less, like to come up and get a chip and a hug.
29 days or less.
Yeah?
Sam on the minute.
Eddie, I'm an addict.
Hey!
Josh, I'm an addict.
Josh!
Anyone with, thank you, timer. All right, I'm out. Anyone with 30 days? Anyone with 30 days? What about 60 days? Anyone else? What about 90 days? Almost. How about 6 months? 6 months. How about 9 months? That's a full baby.
My name is Nancy and I'm an addict.
18 months. Woo! Nancy. We also celebrate birthdays at this meeting. Yeah, I know.
My name is Nancy and I'm an addict. Anybody got 1 year? Woo woo!
Oh yeah. Anyone, hold on, we still gotta go through birthdays. Anyone for 2 years? 3? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 20. 21 to 30. 31 to Bill and Bob. All right.
Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ray. Happy birthday to you.
You can pretend it's lit. Happy birthday. Aw.
What was I doing? Yeah. How'd you do it? Man, I just, I was able to finally let the ego go. That was my main thing for me, was the ego. That's like, I was way too prideful in my addiction. I was way too prideful in who I was. And a lot of it was from my upbringing and where I was and my neighborhood and things that just were around me, my general area and stuff. And it wore me down, man. It wore me down to the point where it was like I couldn't take it anymore. I had to find something to relieve this stress, this pain, and I found it in marijuana, alcohol, and whatever you got. So at this point, it's what I got that got me here was the ability to swallow that humble horse pill and to really and truly listen to what my emotions were telling me, and also to listen to the people around me that were giving me the direction to correct my life. And I know I have a horrible problem with taking direction. I have a horrible problem with authority. I've had it since I was a kid, and I know a lot of us in this room do. And all I can really say is that it boils down to taking direction, like really understanding that this pain that I'm feeling, I don't need to feel it anymore. And the only way that I can not feel this pain anymore is finding someone who has the knowledge to get rid of this pain. And they might not be able to help me with my pain initially, but I'll be able to take bits and pieces from their story and use it to my advantage to help me deal with my pain. So it's been one hell of a journey. I have learned so much. My first program was House Uhuru on 80th and Fig. And then I went to Tarzana Long Beach for another 2.5 months. And then got reprimanded in court because I was still fucking up, still wanted to listen to me, myself, and I, and no one else. And then finally Fred Brown took me in, thank God. And I had a fantastic counselor, Matt McNeese. He was fantastic. And I had just so many people that I could lean on. And that was the most important part, because at that point, I didn't know what else to do. I was limping along, trying my hardest to just like do the best that I could. But then as soon as I landed in this program, it was a godsend. It was one of those God shots that like really hit me, and I can't thank this program enough. And I'm just hoping for every single day I hit that pillow, and I know for a fact that I did it clean and sober. Thanks, guys. All right, with that being said, anyone with a year or more, please raise your hand, and I can actually do this now. Just goes to show that this program does work. Thank you for letting me be of service.
gonna eat that cake all by yourself?
Pretty much.
All right, my name is Sean. I'm an alcoholic. All right, your meeting slips will be up here. Please collect these after the meeting is over. All right, tonight we had a beginning balance after the pizza was purchased of $29.83. Tonight we took in $30.10, which leaves us with a new balance of $59.93. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Sean. There. Okay, that was really cute, Red. I loved it when you were like, it's my first time. We're back there, we're like, you're one of us. And it's like different, right? Like we always talk about like wanting to be part of. And you can be part of us with like 1 minute clean year. Roxy back there holding like 1,000 years or something. She's got like, hey, no, 1,000 years. That's amazing. Hello, that's not a slight at all. I think what is it, Roxy? 46? Oh, 42. Look at, I was gonna say 46. 42 years, that's amazing, right? Like, and then I think like, you know, at my home group, we like to count up when people are taking birthdays to see how many years that people are taking. And I think like the biggest one I saw was like collectively 125 years. And that's huge. I mean, just the possibility of doing that. And I joke all the time, and I was joking earlier, and I was like, you know, one of my friends said he took 47 years. He's like, Liz, you'll get 47 one time. And I'm like, no, I'll be dead. Like, I'm not going to be taking 47 years. I'll be like 97 years old. I love it, but, you know, probably my higher power will do it to me just to torture me for that long. But I'm all right with that. It's a good life. It's a really good life. And I think, like, the exciting thing with Red that he didn't share is, like, he went through our peer support program. He is a peer support specialist now. We're just waiting for us to be able to sink our teeth in and hire him. So there's lots going on. He's a service as he goes every day. Every day. And Red was a service, like, when he first started coming to this meeting. It's like, hey, can I help you? Can I do this? Can I do that? And it's like, absolutely. And it's like, you know, when we talk about, like, meeting makers make it. And when I talk to the guys that I work with, I'm like, get out of yourself and get into service. When you start getting irritated or the halting starts happening, help someone else, and you'll be able to see the light. And, you know, like they say, and it's cliche that all the things that we say are cliches, but they actually work. It's like when we get out of us and help somebody out, helps that person and helps us, right? So, and you know, if Nancy will tell you, you start collecting those spiritual dollars, and one day you may need to cash those in. So it's good to have a bank account, right? And you probably never had one before. So there you go, free again. Another free program from Fred Brown. All right, Mike is up. Who's up? David? 41. Oh, 41. See, you. I just did the math. See, at least you can do math. I can't. Well done. 41. Gonna be 42 this year. I want to jump ahead of myself here. Right? Don't want to take a dirty shit?
My name's David. I'm an addict. I just wanted to come in and share tonight, actually, because I noticed we got everybody together. I was going to do this back at 270, but a lot of us were missing. And, you know, there's moments, little brief moments, I hear people share about, you know, when we go through what we're going through, we're not back in our past lives, you know, especially the guys that are my age. You know, we've, you know, a lot of you guys, you know, you're building your life up, you know, you're climbing into where your life's going. A lot of us, we've had the life already. We've raised families. We've done a lot of things. And one thing I did, you know, I coached baseball, football, basketball for 17 years. I played those same sports for 22 years. Sports was part of my life. It was my life. My kids, my son played from T-ball through all the way to Carson High. He played for one coach his whole life, me. Everywhere. I coached at Carson. And ever since my separation, you know, my life kind of breaking up, and, you know, disappeared. You guys that know me, I won't go into that. You know, disappeared to Arkansas, came back into California straight to Fred Brown. So since I've been back in Fred Brown, since I've been back in California, I've only known Fred Brown. I haven't lived in California back again outside of Fred Brown. So the other day I was honored. This might seem adolescent, but I shared that so you would understand where I'm coming from. It might seem adolescent or maybe childish, but I was honored with being asked to coach Fred Brown's our softball team. And I mean, we had a great day, you know. And those of you, now that you understand the sports in my life, you know, I had the opportunity to get to know a lot of you better. And for anybody who's trying to wonder, like, man, this guy's so intense, man. We want, you know, he's coaching. We're warming up. I'm going, like, we got to get down. Let's go get your butt down. Let's get this thing going. I had this, if you want to call it a brief glimpse of going back into my old life, or going back to the life I came from. Yeah. For that one day, yeah. I was enjoying it. You can hear my voice. I was, and all of you guys that I don't want to say put up with it, man. You went along with it. When I needed a pitcher, I was like, okay, you're pitching, and I'm shifting people. And I'm like, I need you at the second base. I need you over there in the right field, man. And everybody just said, yeah, coach. Yeah, there you guys. I guess they're like, yes, coach. What do you want me, coach? And it just fell for that one day. And then, you know, we're going to win this thing, and I see everybody. I know I've got Abel on my ear, man, the whole time, man. I got Abel. We better not, you know, these guys are gonna try to score. And I'm like, Abel, I got this. I know what I'm doing. You know, I've got this. He goes, this guy should bat before that guy, and I'm like, Abel, I got it. You know, and he's calling me. I'm in the field, and I'm running over there to talk to Abel. Trust me. You know, we're going back and forth. And then Daryl's calling me back this way, so I got Daryl and Abel going back and forth, and I'm like, we got this, and. The win and the picnic and everything, and I just wanted the gratitude to everybody here as a whole for allowing me to do that. Nobody, if it seemed, Charles, if I seemed too intense, man, for a brief moment, man, I was back. I got to see what my life was like, and I appreciate that. So I went to sleep, and or when I was laying down yesterday, I couldn't stop the smile on my face. I was just sitting there like, man, we were part of baseball. We know I had a team under me again, and we were playing, and we were high-fiving and everything. And this morning at the we were getting for breakfast, and everybody's like, you know, let's get here for our team and all this. And I was just like, I haven't had that back since I left to Arkansas. There and coming back, this was the first time I had a glimpse of my life, and I wanted to say thank you to Fred Brown and all of you guys as a whole. I loved it yesterday. I loved it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I know, that's what I heard. Were you choking up because we beat Beacon House? Because Roxy was back there and said we kicked their ass. Was that right?
It was getting close.
We won.
They were threatening to come back, but we
What? They were threatening. You know, we could take out a Beacon House, you know.
I'll say I did end the game, but I don't play.
That's right. That was good. We already did.
The MVP right here.
Ah, there you go. That's awesome. See? We're not a glum lot, right? And there was what, like minimal injuries? Although I saw, who was it? I saw someone, Angel, you got hurt.
Kitty got hurt.
Kenny, where's Kenny? Rudy, you got hurt too?
I got hit in the head with a bar.
Did it help? I don't know. Ow! Wow. Okay, so next time, please don't get injured, because when I saw all those incident reports come through, I was like, damn. And then I'm like, no more Memorial Day picnic for you all. No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what will happen. We have to keep you guys safe. We'll just have to bubble wrap you next time. So that's what it'll be. So when you're put in your marshmallow outfit next time, we don't want to hear any bullshit, all right? You just take it like a man. All right, who's up next? But well done. That's awesome. We can have fun. There's fun out there. Hey, 4th of July, we do fireworks. We watch the fireworks normally from here because it's all out there. It's the best view. We usually have pizza, but we might have to think about something different. I don't know. We were talking about ice cream. That might be our next thing if we want to evolve from pizza. The only hard thing with pizza is you guys come from, from dinner. Yeah. And how many of you guys want to eat pizza? Although pizza's a treat, right? So, but we did think about ice cream. We thought about Sundays, and that's just too much of a mess. But if you guys want to think, we have a month to figure it out since we just did birthdays. But
We could take suggestions.
we could take suggestions. It's a democracy here. We can.
We're gonna skip dinner?
Are you allowed to skip dinner? I don't know.
Actually, you are.
Skip dinner, bring a grill, do some barbecue.
We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll start taking suggestions. So maybe next week in the 7th tradition, if you guys feel strongly or have a really good idea, pop it in and then we can take a vote if it's okay. Because we do a group conscience, so I don't make these decisions. Of course, we get them cleared by executive leadership, Roxy. But we are open to suggestions. That's why we have pizza. We got sick of cake.
The basket's a good idea.
So that,
Suggestions.
yeah, let's put it in. Write it down, put it in the basket next week, and we'll take a look at them. It's your meeting, right? We don't do this meeting for us. We do this meeting for you. For you guys. All right. Don't we still have time? What time are we at? 7:51. We have time for 2 more shares. Anyone want to come up?
Don't all go up at once.
Run me down. Oh, MVP. Antonio, right?
Yeah.
Come on up. Are you sure? Do you want to share from your chair? I don't know. What brought you here? How long have you been here, Antonio? A month. And are you at 14th or 19th? 19th. Do you mind me asking how old you are? That's a smile. I can't smile. No, you can. I'm just asking because I see a lot of young pups on this side that weren't voted MVP. So I'm just wondering, where you? What? No way. Where's your driver's license? Pull him up on the computer, Roxy. He says he's 52. Well done. That should be inspirational. And how long have you been clean and sober now?
I'm not a user.
You're not a user. Oh, okay. Hey, that's an addiction. I'm like, that's an addiction, right?
Yeah.
So, but we're glad you're here.
My whole little story is behind me being a gang member and hanging out with my homies a lot. So I'm addicted to that. So that's why I'm
There you
here.
go. Speak
Wow.
on that.
We're glad you came.
I'm
Absolutely.
enjoying it though. while I'm
Good.
here.
You know what? I always say, John Tay, I'll get to you in a second, but I always say 12-step program can help anyone. It doesn't matter. And it actually can help everyone. And I wish more normies used it because, God, how good would the world be, right? Like, it's a good program. So we're glad you're here. Learn loads. All right, John Tay, come on up.
For having me here.
Of course. You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing that.
Hello,
Hey, God.
I'm John Tay. I'm an addict. Yeah, once again, everybody give it up for Fred Brown. We beat the Beacon House. Even though David pulled me. You know what I mean? But we won that. I still got a grudge. Nah, it's all good. Hey, you from Arkansas? You got people out there? There's more people out. But anyway, yeah. But man, like Rudy, I'm another court-ordered guy. You know what I mean? And when I got here with me and Harry, we got out the county jail, and I'm like, man, I really wasn't trying to come to no program. I was like, look, check this out. I want to fight my case. You know what I mean? I was like, but the fires and all that held up my. I was the whole time in jail. I'm a fire starter. I'm like I'm getting into it with. I'm getting into it with the people, like the officers. I'm getting into it with the rep. I'm getting into it with my public pretender, whatever. I mean, I'm gonna call her a defender because she did give me this program. She knew better than me because I was like, look, man, should I take the 16 with half? But I'm tired of that. But I'm like, I don't think I should be going to jail for attempted grand theft. I'm like, man, like, how you gonna attempt a GTA? Like, I'm like, man, this don't look good on my resume, but like, I'm a real known gang member, bro. What you talking about? But yeah, but no, just jokes. But like, yeah, like I was tired this time. I'm like, man, dude, this is whooping me, dog. Shit is whooping me. Like, when the police called me, like at the beginning of this year, it was like January 3rd, they called me, like, and I was so much into what I was doing, they had just, look, they called me, like, the people called me, I'm like really doing stuff in broad daylight, like I can't get caught. I'm like, man, so when they pulled up on me, I'm in a spot where I'm like, they like, hey, look, what are you doing right here? I'm like, man, where's my keys at? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I got keys. I'm trying to Jedi mind trip them, like, look, where's my keys? Because I was looking for my keys, but they's like, do you live here? I'm like, I mean, my peoples do, but like, I'm like, they like, well, look, you know what? You're not being arrested, you're being detained, so, just come with us. What's your name? I'm like, Marcus Moore. You know what I mean? I shot my brother's name. I'm like, man, it been working for me, though, so I'm like, they like, wait a minute. They's like, all right, well, they's like, it's not popping up. I was almost like, wait, hold up, it worked. I mean, I was like, wait, it's not? Marcus Moore, try that again. They like, when the last time you got arrested? In 95. I'm like, what'd you get arrested for? I'm like, man, they like, you know what, man, we gonna find out who you really are. We gonna have these officers pull up. They pulled up. I'm like, man, they like, you might as well tell us the truth now. He got out the car. He was like, that's Jonte Ray. I said, dude, how you know me? He said, man, we already had past time. I'm Robles. I said, oh. He said, Maldonado. I knew right then. So when I went to jail, I was like, I was fighting it. I'm like, man, but I knew this is what I needed. This was the first time that I ever been, like, I've been clean, like, since I was like 12 years old, 14 years old, with no substance, no liquor, no drugs. And I'm like, I'm giving it a chance. Like, I don't, look, my peers and my group members, they know since I got here, I was still trying to have that stinking thinking like, man, I'm already looking past the 90 days. Like, so when I get out and go, but I'm like, now I'm really starting to see the work from, doing the letters and opening up like that. And I'm seeing the work in the making. So I'm like, man, I'm really clean. And I'm like, man, do I really want to lose all that? So I'm like, like I can see the miracle starting to happen just from being here. I feel different and I got a whole different outlook, and that's Fred Brown. So, I'm gonna keep putting in the work, you feel me? And y'all check me like once I get to RBH, I'll still be putting it down, you feel me? Like, I don't know Roxy like that, but I appreciate this program and all the members and everybody. Nancy, it's been a pleasure, and I'm gonna keep doing my part. I'm Jonte, I'm at it.
All right. Who's going to help do garbage tonight? Awesome. Thank you. And help Nancy with the carts. What'd you say, Rudy?
I'll make up for my time. I owe 8 minutes.
That's all right. We enjoyed your 2 minutes. It was great. So thank you all that shared tonight. Thank you, George, for coming out and speaking. Appreciate that. Let's link up and pray out. You guys ready? Oh, and thanks to all of you guys for chipping in for pizza.
You need to pick up your own trash. I ain't coming
Yeah, pick up your trash.
The wreckage, how do you say it?
The wreckage of your presence.
There you go.
Are we all linked up? Spread out back there, kids.
Make a circle, a square, a triangle.
Oblong. All right. After a moment of silence for the alcoholic and addict who's still suffering, will George please lead us out in the prayer of his choice?
God, take
God.
I live my life. Guide me my
Show me how to live, lead, keep coming back for mercy you're working.
Nice. Thank you. I feel like I needed to hide my feet now. Good. How are you? Well done. I know, but you need to go. Okay, go ahead and take them there. You have to get a picture down. But the rest are going. No, I'm gonna let you tell me. You guys get fit. Don't forget. Sam, right? Welcome. They have to do it in their
Anybody need your phone? Oh, my phone.
Anybody need your phone?
My phone.
Hey, Chris, you want to take this home?
Liz. Someone else the phone, Liz. Someone else the phone. Liz, somebody the phone.
What does it look like? Is that Brett's? Hey, Brett. Brett. Is that your phone?
Brett, he's doing track.
Is that your phone? Is that your phone? Hey, that's Brett's.
We don't know. Okay, it's working tonight. Y'all see it too right now. Oh, hey, hold on, Antonio.
Nancy, were you in the coffee pot? Is Brett still out there? Ah, okay.
Somebody left their phone.